Hey, what's up winners? Nam here, and today I'm gonna be going over the top 10 business credit cards for any business. Whether you haven't even started a business yet or been in a business for a few years, there's gonna be a card that's in this list that's gonna be great for you. Getting a business credit card is much easier than you may think if you haven't had one already. So if you haven't, check out the video that I made on how to get a business credit card without a business. So in that video, I'll go over a step-by-step process on how to do so. Before I start listing off all the credit cards, each business card will have their own place. So these cards are not going to be any type of specific order. So like if you're going to be traveling a lot for business, then look at an airline card. If you run a food truck, then look at a card to give you 3 times the points on gas or 2 times the points on everything else. But if you own a Shopify store, then it may be better to get a card that gives you 5% back on ads. First, we're going to start with American Express cards. Number 1. American Express Blue Business Cash Card. So with this credit card, you earn 2% cash back on all purchases up to $50,000 per year. And then once you hit that threshold, you're going to be earning 1% after that. This credit card is going to be better for people who have lower spending needs, since 2% cash back up to $50,000 is probably more than enough for most people who have a side hustle or just starting their business. This credit card also has no annual fee, so it's worth keeping for the long term. Also with this card, you have the ability to spend above your credit limit, because with the American Express cards, they have this thing called expanded buying power. This basically means that your credit limit will adjust with the use of your card. So American Express does look at your payment history, your credit record, and a bunch of other factors that fluctuate your spending capacity. So as your business grows, so does your expenses. So American Express does recognize this and adjust to your needs. Number 2. American Express Blue Business Plus Credit Card. So with this credit card, it's very similar to the Blue Business Cash Card, but the main difference is that you earn membership reward points instead of cash back. So you earn 2 times membership reward points up to $50,000 with no category restrictions, and then once you hit that $50,000 threshold, you just earn 1 times the points after that. This credit card also has no annual fee and is very similar to the Blue Business Cash Card. It does also have expanded buying power where they fluctuate your credit limit depending on how you use this card. So in reality, you really can't go wrong with any of these 2 cards. It just really depends on what you want. If you want cash back, then go with the Business Cash Card. If you want membership reward points, then go ahead and go with this card. The thing with membership reward points is that you gotta have some credit card know-how to get the most out of them. Because if you were just to redeem membership reward points for cash back, it's only at 0.6 cents per point. So meaning that 10,000 membership reward points will only be worth $60. So to get the most out of your membership reward points, you most likely will have to transfer them to a Charles Schwab account where you get 1.25 cents per point, or transfer them to different type of airlines or travel partners to get the most out of your points. Number 3, American Express Business Gold Card. This credit card does have a current promotional offer where you can earn 35,000 membership reward points after you spend $5,000 in eligible purchases within the first 3 months. As you guys probably know, membership reward points are valued differently depending on how you spend them. So for the simplicity's sake of this video, I'm gonna say that each point will be worth 1 cent. So 35,000 membership reward points should be worth around $350. So with the gold card, you get 4 times the points on selected categories where you spend the most on each month. This could be a little bit confusing, so I'm gonna break it down a little bit more. So when you look at your statement every single month, depending on the category that you spend the most in, that's where you get the 4 times the membership reward points. So for categories that you can earn 4 times the points is airfare when you purchase directly through airlines, advertising, computer hardware, software for cloud solutions, gas, restaurants, and shipping. So for example, let's say your biggest expenses for that month was airfare and advertising. The 4x points multiplier will only affect those categories. Anything else will just get a 1x return. You can only earn 4 times the points on the first $150,000 of combined purchases per calendar year, and there's no limit on the total number of points that you can earn per year. Another thing that I found interesting about this card is that you get 25% points back after you book a flight when you pay using points. So imagine that you book a flight that costs 75,000 membership reward points, you will get a return of 18,750 points back. So in layman's terms, you just get a 25% discount. Just keep in mind that with this card, this is a charge card, meaning that you have to pay your balance in full every single month or every statement period. They also have this option called pay over time. This basically means that this charge card can be converted to somewhat of like a credit card. They say that any purchase over $100 is eligible to be paid over time. This is just another fancy way of saying that we will charge you interest if you do not pay us back right away. So since this card is a charge card, there's no preset spending limit, but that doesn't mean that you have unlimited spending. Your purchasing power will adjust depending on how you use the card, like your credit history, your credit record, and your financial resources. This card is also a great travel card. If you book a hotel through American Express Travel and stay there for 2 consecutive nights, you could get a $100 hotel credit that you can spend on dining, spa services, or resort activities. And like with most travel cards, you get baggage insurance, car rental insurance, and this card doesn't have any foreign transaction fees. Probably the biggest downside with this card is that there is a $295 annual fee. If you were to add the $100 annual credit, the effective annual rate will be $195. So to justify this annual fee, you have to spend at least $4,875 in any type of category that gets you 4 times the points. And that's really only if each membership reward point will equal 1 cent. So in reality, you gotta spend much more than that to break even to get value from this card. Number 4. American Express Business Platinum Card. With this card, there is a current promotion where you can earn up to 75,000 membership reward points. But here's the catch. You gotta spend $10,000 to get the first 50,000 points, and to get the extra 25,000 points, you have to spend an additional $10,000 on eligible purchases within the first 3 months. So meaning to get the 75,000 membership reward points, you gotta spend almost $20,000 within the first 3 months. So now let's talk about the reward structure. You get 5 times the points when you book flights and hotels through Amex Travel, and 1 times the points on everything else. You also can earn 1.5 points per dollar on qualifying purchases of $5,000 or more when you use this card. So if you're a company that doesn't really have high expenses, or you really don't travel that often, this is probably not the best card for you. When you book travel through the Amex portal, you could get a 35% rebate when you use your points. So similar to the Go Business card where you get 25% back, this one will give you 35%. You can get up to 500,000 points per year. The 35% back applies to all cards that earn membership reward points. So meaning that if you have other Amex cards, you could get this benefit as long as you hold the Business Platinum card. This card will also give you a $200 annual fee credit where you can use towards incidentals such as checked bags per calendar year. So since this benefit is based off the calendar year, you could get this card in December, and you could actually get another $200 airline credit when it's January. A new addition to this card is that you have a $200 annual Dell credit. So the first half of the year, you get $100, then the second half, you get the other $200. For me, I dig it since the Dell website has all different type of things from monitors, accessories, and headphones. You don't really have to be a Dell user to make it worth it. Like with most premium travel cards, this card gives you airport lounge access, so meaning that you could go to the Centurion Lounge, International American Express lounges, or any other partner lounges once you're enrolled. You also get a $100 fee credit every 4 years for global entry or TSA pre-check, and you also get a hotel status boost at the Marriott and the Hilton. There are a bunch of other added benefits that American Express advertises, but these are the key highlights that I wanted you guys to know about. I must say that the biggest downside with this card is that there is a $595 annual fee, so you must use the hell out of this card to make the annual fee worth it. Also keep in mind that this is a charge card very similar to the Gold Business, so you must pay your balances in full every single month unless you're enrolled into the pay over time feature. So next up, we're going to be talking about the Chase Inc. business credit cards. Honestly, Chase business cards are my favorite. I'm not saying that because I have them. I feel like they're so simple to use, and especially if you're just starting out, they're worth getting. Number 5, the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited Credit Card. So currently with this credit card, they do have a sign-up bonus of 50,000 points when you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. So as a cash value, that equals to about $500. If you have any of the premium Chase credit cards, your points can actually be worth a lot more. This credit card has a simple 1.5 points on everything with no cap, and there's no annual fee with this credit card. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this card because it's a fairly simple card and is a great beginner card for any type of business. Number 6, the Chase Inc. Business Cash Credit Card. Similar to the previous Chase card, you earn 50,000 bonus points after you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. The main difference with this card compared to the Business Unlimited is that they do have a reward structure. You earn 5 times the points on the first $25,000 spent at office supply stores, cell phones, landlines, internet and cable services each anniversary year. Aside from that, you do get 2 times the points on gas and restaurants on the first $25,000 each year, and also you get 1 times the points on everything else. So that right there is not too bad. This card does not have any annual fees, so it's worth keeping for the long term. To be completely honest, if you're a type of business where you need a lot of office supplies, then I can see it possible to get the maximum 5% back, but if you're a photographer, you have very little gain from this category. Number 7, the Chase Inc. Business Preferred Credit Card. With this credit card, there is a current promotional offer where they will give you 80,000 points after you spend $5,000 within the first 3 months. The good thing about this card is that you get a 1.25 multiplier when you book travel through the Chase portal. So meaning that 80,000 bonus points will be valued at $1,000 for travel. So if you want just cash back, then it will just be $800. So for the reward system, you earn 3 times the points on every dollar spent on the first $150,000 on travel, shipping purchases, internet, cable, and phone services, and advertising every single year. And you also earn 1 times the points on everything else. This credit card also gives you cell phone protection where they cover up to $600 per claim if your phone is damaged or stolen when you paid it with this card. Since this is one of Chase Premium credit cards, there is an annual fee of $95. So to break even on this card, you gotta spend at least $3,200 in any of those 3 categories to break even. Or you gotta spend $9,500 on miscellaneous expenses. So depending on the type of business that you may have, this one favors more people who travel and may have an online type business because 3 times the return on travel, advertising, and shipping will be perfect for those type of people. But again, I don't know, because that sign-up bonus is almost $1,000 and may just be worth it just to get the card anyways. So before we move on to the next cards, let me talk a little bit more about Chase in general. Chase does have this 524 rule, so meaning that if you have 5 or more new personal accounts open within the last 24 months, Chase will not approve your application. So if this is your first time opening up a business credit card, Chase will look at your own personal credit history, but if you have business credit cards in the past, this really shouldn't matter. Number 8. Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards Card. Currently with this card, there is a promotion where you get $300 when you make at least $3,000 in purchases within the next 90 days. If you guys are familiar with Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, the reward system is very similar. This credit card gives you 3% cash back on the choice of the following 6 categories such as gas, office supply stores, travel, TV, internet services, computer services, or consulting services. You also earn 2% cash back on dining, and you also earn an unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. But the thing with this reward system is that you can only get a 3 and 2% cash back on the first $50,000 on combined purchases per calendar year. Then after that, it's just 1%. But if you are a part of the Bank of America Preferred Rewards program, you can get up to a 75% boost on your cash back with this card. So if you have a balance with Bank of America or Merrill that's greater than $100,000, this will put you on the Platinum Honors tier. So meaning that you can earn up to 5.25% back on your selected category, 3.5% back on dining, and an unlimited 1.75% cash back on everything else. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you gotta have at least $100,000 sitting in your account constantly. Bank of America will take a look at your 3-month average daily balance to place you in a tier. This card also has no annual fee and they give you an introductory 0% APR on the first 9 months. So if you're a business that gets a lot of cash flow and you like cash back, the Bank of America credit cards will probably be worth it for you just because of that high earning rate. The next cards that I'm going to be talking about are targeted towards more people who don't have credit or poor credit but want to get a business credit card. Because sometimes you may have a business that cash flows, but you personally never had a credit card in your life, so these next business credit cards will be perfect for you. Number 9, the Wells Fargo Business Secure Credit Card. If you're not familiar with secure cards, in a nutshell, it's a type of card where your credit limit is exactly how much you put in. So basically your credit line is backed by your deposit. This works very well for people who have businesses that make money but don't have a credit history. So this card, you can deposit anywhere from $500 to $2,500 to get a credit line. Just keep in mind that with any type of card, you still need to be making monthly payments or you'll get charged interest. So with the secure card, you earn 1.5% cash back on every dollar that's spent. That's if you select the cashback option. They also have a reward point option as well, where you earn 1 point for every dollar spent, and you can receive 1,000 bonus points when your company spend is $1,000 or more any billing period. The only downside with this card that there is a $25 annual fee per card. Number 10, Capital One Spark Classic Credit Card. So with this card, this is a credit card, but this is more targeted towards people who have average credit. So if your credit is not so great, you can always get this card so you have better odds of getting accepted. Just keep in mind that with Capital One business credit cards, they do affect your personal credit, meaning that if you were to apply for another Chase card, this will apply towards the 524 rule. So with the reward system, this credit card, you can earn an unlimited 1% cash back on everything with no limits. 1% cash back, it's really nothing to be excited about, but it's way better than nothing. There's also no annual fee with this card, and if you have multiple employees, you could get a bunch of free employee cards as well. So there's pretty much nothing else to say about this card since it's more targeted towards people with average credit. So once your credit gets a little bit better, I would say upgrade from this card so you could get a better return on your money. Final thoughts. It is super important to select a business credit card that lines up with your expenses and your priorities. Just remember that this is not a permanent decision because you can always get different cards in the future. You could try a card for a few months or up to a year, and if it meets your needs, then keep it. If the card doesn't have an annual fee, might as well just hold it for a long term so you can just build that credit history. And if it does, just cancel the card and downgrade it if there is a possibility, or just cancel it. But always keep in mind that some business credit cards do affect your personal credit history, so just be aware of that. Alright winners, so that does it for me. If you guys want to learn more about personal finance and credit cards, come hang out with me some more over here.